Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. I hope everybody is having a fantastic start to their week, staying healthy, staying strong and optimistic. Welcome Carolina, our moderator. Hi Deepika, welcome members, welcome regular students. Hi Kyber, nice to see you all in the class ready to learn. Thank you. This class, everyone, is going to be an IELTS speaking part 1, discussing about how to start with that Fluent Band 9 and how to keep going with that Band 9. While we wait for some of your peers, the lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com. For your academic IELTS needs, please visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. That's generalieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have loads and loads of tools and resources to help you improve your band scores with good communication and good English. This is our academic IELTS website here with the blue background. You can click this big red button to join the premium package. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an official British Council IELTS test registration center and certified agents, so you're in good hands with us. For the general IELTS, it's the green background, and again, just click that big red button to join us there. When you have a My Student account and you log in, because this is a speaking class, I want to show you this. You can practice your speaking for free with other IELTS students. Simply click on this Student Partner Speaking. It's 100% free. And then you will have a chance to video or audio chat with some other people. We often have quite a few users in here these days waiting for someone. So we have Bill Goon, Rahul Preet, Vasil, Rajveer, Naveen, and lots more in here. So check that out. Vanshika Sharma, good luck on your speaking test tomorrow. Literally speaking, don't freak out. Just stay calm and confident. Remember, in one day, there's not much more that you can do to speak better. So just believe in yourself and do your best and follow some of the tips in this class. And good luck, Vanshika, on your test tomorrow. And good luck for everybody else who's doing their exam tomorrow for speaking. All right. So you can get our apps, Academic IELTS Help and General IELTS Help. You can link those apps to the websites, AEHelp and GIELTS Help, respectively. And if you have questions, you can send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com and we'll get back to you pretty quick. If you want to use carbon copy textbooks, so physical textbooks, you can get our exams from Amazon, AEHelp's Academic IELTS, GHelp's General IELTS. If you're doing the paper-based test, it's a good idea to practice with physical paper-based versions of the exam. If you're doing the computer-based exam, it's a good idea to practice with digital materials. So keep that in mind. Like, it's a good idea to practice with the medium that you're actually doing for the official test. So that's always a wise and smart idea. We have lots of classes this week. So right now, speaking part 1, make sure to speak and repeat. So copy my intonation, my pronunciation, my enunciation, the inflections, deflections in my voice. We'll have reading for members in the earlier hours tomorrow, and then listening part 1 and part 2. So we've got some listening throughout the week and more speaking on Saturday. So we have classes today all the way to Saturday. Hi, Andre. Welcome to the class. Again, welcome members. Thank you for your support. Okay, you are going to sit your speaking exam. The speaking part of the IELTS, it's an interview. It's face-to-face. It's one-on-one with an IELTS examiner. That examiner might have a British accent. They might have a Canadian accent like mine, an American accent, Aussie accent. So be ready for different accents from your examiner. Of course, if you're in the US or Canada, it's much more likely you're going to hear a Canadian accent. If you're in Europe somewhere, British accent's going to be more common. In Asia, you might hear an Australian accent more often. So be ready for that. The interview is 12 minutes. Okay, it's 3 parts. They've got speaking part 1. It's about 5 minutes or so. Speaking part 2, it's 3 minutes roughly. And then speaking part 3 is about 4 to 5 minutes as well. All in all, it's going to be about 12 minutes. The examiner has a set of questions they have to go through. Okay, and they will cover those questions. Your goal is to show your best English and your best communication. Okay, so that's what you have to keep in mind in this interview. Remember, this is not an ESL test, so the examiner is not going to speak to you like an ESL teacher. That's really, really important to remember. Okay, so a couple of quick tips right off the bat. All right, you must show your best communication and English skills. Okay, keep that in mind. All right, so it's not just about your vocabulary and grammar, but it's also about the way that you answer your questions. So for those high bands like band 8, band 9, they are judging the content of what you're saying as well. So the quality of your answers, not just your English, okay? All right, and another tip is IELTS. A lot of people think it's an English as a second language exam. It's not an ESL exam, okay? So IELTS is not an ESL exam. That doesn't say that anywhere when you do your registration. It is an English proficiency exam. It is also taken by many native English speakers for the same reasons. I just met actually a person yesterday, believe it or not. So here in Victoria, I was playing tennis a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to this young man that I was playing tennis with, and he was asking me what I do, and I said, I specialize in IELTS training. And he goes, oh yeah, I took that exam. And I said, oh really? And he said, yeah, I took that and the PTE when I went to Australia. And he's a Canadian guy, born Canadian, English speaker. So, and he got a 7.5 overall. So there you go. So it's also taken by many native English speakers for the same reasons. Immigration, school, and work. Okay, so keep that in mind. This means the examiner will speak to you the same as any other native English speaker. Okay, so just be ready for that, all right? Keep that in mind, all right? They don't slow down, all right? Okay, so those are just a couple of tips. Speak full sentences. So here's our first strategy, okay, as we get into our first few questions. Use the introductory questions and icebreakers. These are like the first 3 or 4 questions. To build your fluency and confidence. This means speak in complete, clear, formal, fluent sentences. And I'll show you how to do that, so don't freak out. Okay, we're going to do that right now. All right? So you get to your IELTS exam and you arrive an hour early. You take some speaking questions with you. You find some other candidates. You're focused. You're not chit-chatting about the weather. You're not talking about COVID and what happened to you yesterday with other people, but you get focused. You find someone and you say, hey, excuse me, are you here for the IELTS exam? And they say, yes, I am. And then you say, okay, well, would you mind doing a bit of speaking practice? I have some speaking questions with me. This should help us to be more confident and warm up. And I'm sure somebody there will say, yes, that's a great idea. Let's do this. So you practice for 20, 30 minutes. You go to the washroom, you hydrate, you drink water, and you register for your speaking 20 minutes before your interview. Of course, you have your passport with you. During the registration process, usually the people working at the IELTS exam center are somebody from your community. They should be speaking English, but I discovered that sometimes they don't. Keep speaking in English. Don't switch to your language. Ask them, where do I put my wallet, my phone? I've brought my passport. Is this enough? Can I go to the bathroom before I go into the room? So speak in English, okay? And then eventually 20 minutes later, the examiner will call you into the examination room and they will begin the interview. So they will say, welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I'm recording this for marking purposes. This is candidate number 79351. Currently the time is 14 o'clock and we are doing this exam in Paris, France. Now we shall begin. I will give you instructions for each of the three parts. Before I ask you questions on these parts, may I see your identification? So the very first question that they will ask is to see your identification, the exact same identification that you used to register for the exam, the exact same identification that you used 20 minutes ago to register at the test center. So give me a nice full sentence for this. Again, remember this strategy. Use these introductory questions and icebreakers to build your fluency and confidence. Okay? So Charmin says, yes, certainly. Here's my passport, which I used to register for this exam a couple of weeks ago. Please have a look. Nice and fluent, right, Charmin? That's great. Okay. Lydia says, certainly, here is my passport that I used for registration online a couple of weeks ago. Please take a look. Very similar to Charmin, but hey, that works. It's natural. It's clear. Okay. All right. Riku says, yeah, sure. Here's my passport. Please just allow me a moment to flip to the page with my credentials. Okay, here it is. Please take a look. Very nice, Riku. Yeah, because sometimes it's hard, especially with passports, to get to that page where we actually see our picture. That's good. Mohit says, yes, certainly. I have my passport right here, which I used to register for this exam 3 weeks back. Please take a look at my credentials. Very nice, Mohit. So that's, again, a little bit different. Natural, your own diction, nice and fluent, okay? They will not interrupt you as long as you're fluent and clear. So if you say these responses the way that I'm saying them, they're not going to interrupt you. But if you get stuck and if you're really having a struggle to say this sentence, they will just kind of interrupt you and say, okay, and what's your name? All right, they don't want to waste time. They have 12 minutes. They need to go through the questions. So keep that in mind. Nick Hill says, certainly, here is my ID that I used to register for this exam 4 weeks ago. Please have a look. Very good, Nick Hill. Sure. To the point. Han Han says, yes, my pleasure. Here's my passport I used to register for this exam. Please take a look. Ashta says, yes, of course. Here's my passport that I used for registration. Please have a look. Yeah, those are all good. So again, yeah, just finish nicely. Say, please have a look. So sometimes I still hear students saying, yeah, sure, and that's not enough. So by all means, that's a nice expression, by the way. And by all means is another way to say, yes, of course, or yes, sure, by all means. So by all means, here is my passport that I've used or that I have used to register for this test. Please give me a moment to find the page with my credentials. Okay, here it is. Please take a look. All right, so here's another way to say this. The more the merrier. All right, here we go. So repeat after me. Again, speak and repeat. Repetition is good practice. It's not the only practice, but it's good practice, okay? So may I see your identification by all means? Here's my passport that I've used to register for this test. Please give me a moment to find the page with my credentials. Flip, flip, flip. All right, here it is. Please take a look. Great. Next question is, what is your full name? Okay. So again, nice full sentence for this one. Don't overdo it, but definitely give a clear, polite response. Let them know what you want them to call you, okay? So, what is your full name? Teja Sai says, my full name is Pavan Teja Sai. As you can see in my passport, you can call me by my first name, Teja or Teja, I'm not sure. But if I heard it, I would call you as such. Okay. Cyrillic, I can't read that, so please spell it out. Okay, my full name is, and you can call me by my English nickname, Jane. Okay, all right. Mohit says, my first name is Mohit, and my family name is Nagi. Please call me by my first name, Mohit. This is what I'm used to being called by my friends and family. Okay, good. Yeah, by my friends and family. The examiner is not really your friend or your family. It's okay to say that. I would just finish with, this is what I'm used to being called, Mohit. Because it kind of implies like the examiner is becoming a part of your family or friends, and it's probably not the case. Okay. All right. Hang Nguyen says, my full name is Lan Lee, so you can call me Lan. So you can call me is a bit direct for a person that you don't know, Hang. So I wouldn't recommend that. I would say, please call me, okay? Or can you please call me? So when we meet somebody new for the first time, especially in a professional situation, we usually say, please refer to me as, or please call me, if we're not in a position of seniority. If we're in a position of seniority, so you're the boss in the company and you have a new employee, that's when we say, like, you can call me or call me this. Okay. All right. Nikhil says, my given name is Nikhil and my family name's Paste. Please just call me by my first name, Nikhil. Very good. Yeah. So my given name is Roger, and my surname is McTavish. Please just call me Raj for short. Okay. It's sometimes tricky for me to keep coming up with new names for these questions, but here we go. Here's another new one for you today. So another way to say this, speak and repeat after me. So what is your full name? My given name is Roger and my surname is McTavish. Please just call me Raj for short. So in UK or British English, you will hear surname for family names. In American English, you will often hear family names. So family name McTavish. British English, they'll say surname McTavish. Canadians, we love mixing American and British English. So if you mix the two languages, you're really just speaking Canadian English. Welcome to my club. So it's okay. Either one is good. Don't worry about it. as long as you're nice and clear with this. Okay? All right. So then the examiner will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you better, help you to feel a little bit more comfortable. Again, use these questions to build your confidence in your fluency. Look the examiner in the eye and give them nice full sentence answers. Okay, so next question, this could be a typical question. What did you do this morning? So the examiner will say, now I will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. So what did you do this morning? Kyber says, this morning I did a summer shred workout and practiced some speaking topics with my friends, Jerry, to be fresh as well as to be prepared for this exam. Kyber, very nice. Some shred workout, hey? Okay. That means a very intense workout to build muscle mass. All right. Lydia says, I woke up initially at 8 a.m. I headed straight to the bathroom, brushed my pearly whites for 2 minutes with my Braun electric toothbrush. Then I prepared a healthy breakfast to help my brain focus on this exam. Okay, Lydia, just a couple of slight corrections there, but overall very nice. I love your use of quantitative language. So you said I woke up at 8 a.m. You didn't just say early morning or mid-morning. You said 8 a.m. Mohit, same idea. Very nice quantitative language. Quantitative language means numbers. Mohit says, after I woke up at 5 a.m., firstly, I made my bed. Then I took a cold shower, did 10 minutes of meditation, then had breakfast at 7. After that, I took the bus to get to this exam center nice and early so I could practice with some fellow candidates. Okay, very good, Mohit. All right. Dan Ewan says, this morning I woke up and prepared for this speaking exam by practicing with my friends. I also had a workout to bump up my energy levels. Not energy to my mind, Dan, but to bump up my energy levels. Okay. Terza says, after I woke up and made my bed this morning, I took a shower and then I continued to prepare for my online class at 8 a.m. Tirza, be very careful with your verb. It's all past tense. What did you do this morning? Okay. July says, this morning after doing some personal hygiene, I went jogging for about 30 minutes to improve my energy. And then I had breakfast and prepared to get to this exam. Okay, July, same thing. Watch your verb tense. A couple of corrections there. Okay, not I go jogging for a while, but I went jogging for a while. All right. Rashika says, this morning I woke early around 5 a.m. I took a quick shower to freshen up and made a healthy breakfast. Then I hopped on the public bus to come here. Okay, Rashika, I made a few corrections there for your language to be much more natural. Review that. Students, if you look up and see the time in the video, right now it's 23 minutes, 42 seconds. When I give you feedback, and when you hear it's, oh, this is my response, here's some feedback, make a note of the time, and then you can compare what I say versus what you wrote. And you can also practice that and repeat it the same way that I say it. You will do well, okay? All right. Bharat says, I'm not an early bird, so I woke up at 10. I went to college classes after finishing breakfast, my breakfast sandwich, and after leaving college, I took a cab back home before I came to this test. Okay, very good. So those are all some good responses. So, So I woke up early at 6 a.m., took a shower, brushed my teeth, and then I had a healthy breakfast before sitting down and going over my notes for this exam. I hopped on a bus and got here in the last hour. Okay. So here we go, nice and fluent. Again, quantitative language is extremely important for good, clear communication. So saying 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 30-minute bike ride, 20-minute breakfast, those are all really good ways to clarify your morning routine, okay? So here we go. Repeat after me. When you're practicing, make sure to repeat questions as well as answers. So what did you do this morning? I woke up early at 6 a.m., took a shower, brushed my teeth, and then I had a healthy breakfast before sitting down and going over my notes for this exam. I hopped on a bus and got here in the last hour. So really nice sequencing, some past perfect, okay, good fluency here, and natural language. Right? Okay. Next question. What do you plan to do on the weekend? Okay, so they asked you about the morning. It's a good chance they might ask you about the weekend. So, what do you plan to do on the weekend? A good way to start this is, well, this Saturday, I want to, okay, and on Sunday, so there's some of that quantitative and qualitative language where you're actually indicating your weekend, Saturday, Sunday, or if your weekend is Friday, Saturday, then you say Friday, Saturday. Okay. Narinder Kaur is asking me, what is the meaning of going over? Going over my notes. Okay. Going over my notes means to review. So go over is a phrasal verb that means to review. Good question, okay? So yeah, if you have some questions about what I say, then ask me. So it's a phrasal verb or verb phrase. And it means to review. Okay, good question. I like questions. All right, Binod says, well, I haven't made a schedule for the weekend, but I guess I will do my household chores, such as cleaning my room and electronic gadgets. Besides that, I'm intending to visit my grandpa's house, show some belonging there. That's very good, Binod, okay? Karn says, well, this weekend I plan to spend some valuable time with my friends and maybe go to the movies, as nowadays there's a very nice movie playing in the theaters. What's that nice movie, Karn? I'd love to hear it if you're introducing it. Okay. Deepika says, well, this weekend I want to catch up with my studies that I missed this week as I had to travel here for this exam from my hometown. So that will take up most of my time on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Deepika, kind of finish that idea. All right. Potato Op says, well, this weekend I have plans to go to a couple of nearby touristy places with my friends called Sadhutar, and after spending a couple of hours there, we will return home and play some online games. Okay, Potato Op, not bad. I made a few corrections there to make it natural and accurate. Mohit says, usually during the weekends, I prefer Togo Ona long drive with my family or to have a party at my friend's house. Just last Saturday, I went swimming. Mohit, you're off topic. Students, do not answer off topic. What do you plan to do on the weekend means this weekend. Okay, Mohit? So if you say what you plan to do on, like, generally on the weekends and what you did last weekend, you're not actually answering my question. It's very, very important that your answers are directly related to the question that you're being asked. Not parallel, not general, but directly related. Okay? Brahma says, well, I tend to do lots of activities such as go on picnics and read comic books, but this time I'm going to be with my friends because I've not seen them for about a month and I miss them. Okay, Brahma, not bad. Again, focus directly on the question. So start with this weekend I plan to meet with my friends and then go into that in more detail. Okay, so very, very important. I'll give you this note because I see a couple of these types of responses. Your answers for Band 9 must be directly related to the question and not general or off topic, of course. So you should not answer for this question. You shouldn't say something like, well, there are lots of activities I like to do at the weekend. Okay, ... You shouldn't do that. Okay, so you have to be direct. Now, depending on your examiner, whether they're Canadian like myself or British or American, they will have their own style of diction. So if they're American, they might say on the weekend. If they're British, they might say at the weekend. Please do not criticize the examiner. So don't be like, I think they made a mistake, right? I think, okay, no, they know what they're doing, okay? They might be speaking with a different diction or dialect, so don't criticize them. Focus on yourself only, okay? Again, Americans, Canadians will say on the weekend. British, Australians will say at the weekend, okay? So what do you plan to do on the weekend? All right, and I have my start here. So, well, this Saturday, I want to go... Whoa. Well, I want to go for a half-day hike with my friends at a nearby forest. As I love nature and a good workout. And on Sunday, I will kick back and relax at home. I will likely watch a movie and read a good book. Okay? All right. So nice and fluent, full sentence. Here we go. Repeat after me. What do you plan to do on the weekend? Well, this Saturday, I want to go for a half-day hike with my friends at a nearby forest, as I love nature and a good workout. And on Sunday, I will kick back and relax at home. I will likely watch a movie and read a good book. All right, this answer contains a little bit of idiomatic language as well. Okay, so you can see this expression here, kick back. It is a good idea to use some expressions and some idiomatic language in your speaking exam. You will get a better band score for that. However, do not use complicated idioms out of context, okay? That's a very, very important tip. So don't force idioms. Only use them when they come naturally, okay? So do not force idioms into your communication just to use them. These will lower your scores because they are unnatural and confusing. Okay, so use expressions and idioms naturally and keep them simple. Okay, so just one or two words. Don't use some really complex idioms. They're not looking for that. Okay, phrasal verbs are considered idioms as well. All right. Okay, so then the examiner will introduce the topic of part one. So they'll say something like, let's talk about helping people. Okay. Now, when you hear the key word helping, you should think about some other ways to express that. So you can say that in lots of different ways because these questions will focus on helping. What are some other ways to express helping people? Okay, how can you say help or helping a person? What are some ways to express that differently? Let's see what you come up with. Okay, Dilwar says supporting. Yeah, so the word support, for sure, that's a good one. Anish asked the question, and if I catch it or if Carolina catches it, we'll answer that question. Kabita says assist. Yes, assisting is very good. Quinn Anyuan says lend a hand or give a hand. Yep, lend or give a hand. Yes, very nice. Okay. Gorospe says charity or donation. Are words that come to mind. Yeah, very nice. Very good. Okay. Remedy, care for, aid. Very good. Okay. Very nice. Another way to say support as an idiom, by the way, is to be a pillar. All right, you can be a pillar for someone to give support. Okay, advise is another good one. Great. Okay, so those are good. Very nice. So those are words that should be racing to your mind when you hear the examiner introduce this concept. Let's talk about helping people. Okay, so the first question the examiner might ask you is something like, how often do you get help from others? Okay, so how often do you get help from others? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. So answer, explain, example. That's what you're thinking of here. Okay, answer, explain, example. All right. All right. Ancilla, that's definitely on an off-topic answer, so think about it again. So how often do you get help from others? Terza, your answer is off-topic as well. Batista, so rethink it. Lydia says, I usually receive assistance from people every single day, especially from my colleagues at university. During the previous orientation week of college, one of my friends helped me to organize my presentation. Very good, Lydia. That's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. Deepika says, well, almost always, I would say. I'm a person who believes that somebody's helping us every single minute of our life. But to be specific, today I sought some help from my uncle to stay in his house and study for this exam. Deepika, very nice answer. I love it. It's natural, it's intelligent, great explanation, and good example, smooth example at the end. So very good job, Deepika. That's exactly what examiners are looking for those high band scores. Okay. Ashutosh Agrawal, thank you for the compliment and thank you for the super chat donation. I appreciate that. Puts a smile on my face and makes me feel positive. Thank you. Okay. Dilwar, a little bit of an awkward beginning. Rethink that. Okay. All right. So when you're asked about frequency, use an adverb of frequency and then quantify it. So I frequently get help from friends, family, and colleagues each and every day. I would say at least 10 times. This is because I need advice on how to build my company as well as help to complete my daily chores. In fact, yesterday my mom made a big meal to help me save time not having to cook. Okay. So here we go. Repeat after me. How often do you get help from others? I frequently get help from my friends, family, and colleagues each and every day. I would say at least 10 times. This is because I need advice on how to build my company as well as help to complete my daily chores. In fact, yesterday my mom made a big meal to help me save time not having to cook. Okay, watch that interesting grammar there. That would be considered a Band 9 answer because it answers the question directly. It gives an explanation and an example. Okay. Ashutosh, thank you again for that super chat donation. Ashutosh says you really did help a lot of IELTS aspiring students. It's my pleasure, Ashutosh. I'm happy when students succeed on the IELTS because I know that's a big stepping stone in life for work and immigration and to live better and enjoy life more. So what we say in all of our emails and on our websites that your success is our success is very, very true. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. So here we go. Next question. What do you usually need help with? So the first question was asking how often. This question is asking what do you usually need help with? So being specific, okay? You don't have to be honest here. What's important is that you stay fluent, okay? And if you've mentioned what you need help with, then build on that. Go into more detail, okay? Students who get Band 8, Band 9 are those that are able to go into detail and digress into their topics. Digress means go deep down into those topics, right? Okay, Kabita says, well, I often get assistance from my friends and my elder brother whenever I get stuck on a silly problem. In fact, last Monday, my friend Rahul helped me solve a mathematic equation that I was racking my brain on for 30 minutes. Okay, Kabita, I threw in some idiomatic language. Racking my brain means like you're stressing, you can't figure it out. Okay. Saeed says, I usually seek help from my university mates on various subjects. In fact, last week we were working on a project and I needed help to understand a specific topic. Okay, good, Saeed. Yeah, that works. All right. Potato Op says, I usually need advice on which directions to go in life. I'm willing to learn and curious to build my confidence level. And I watch some motivational videos that help me build confidence virtually. Okay, Potato Op. All right. Ashutosh, awesome. You're binge watching. That's great for your learning. Again, thank you for those donations. Angun Mulia says, I usually need help with my studies. I often ask my friends to explain lectures that I couldn't understand in class. Angun, that's a really nice response. Give me an example of that, Angun. So last week we had a microbiology class on cell organelles. I had difficulty understanding that, but my friends helped me out. Okay. All right. So in regards to my previous response, I often ask my colleagues to help me with technical situations in my company, specifically related to software issues. Last week, Eldar helped me to set up Trello a software used to organize projects in the company. Okay. So here we go. What do you usually need help with? In regards to my previous response, I often ask my colleagues to help me with technical situations in my company, specifically related to software issues. Last week, Eldar helped me to set up Trello, a software used to organize projects in the company. Okay, so there again is an answer with an example, and that's what you need to do. Okay, let's jump a question here. So here we go. Let's try this one. The reason I'm jumping the question is because I want to get to these questions which are a bit more challenging. They're using a bit more advanced grammar. So here the question is, have you helped someone recently? If yes, how? And here, of course, you see the present perfect. So have you helped? As soon as you hear that present perfect, make sure to use present perfect, okay? So have you helped someone recently? So for those of you who have preloaded answers for this question, that's fine. You can practice those later, but let's get to this one here. So have you helped someone recently? If yes, how? Okay? And again, it's likely that you have. Most of us help and get help every single day, okay? Lydia Gurga says, yes, I recently helped my cousin improve her reading and speaking skills professionally in English. I started to provide her with essential steps on how to pronounce the letters A to Z. Okay. As her parents hadn't educated her enough when she was in grade 1, so I teach her every Thursday and Saturday from 1:30 to 5:15 p.m. Lydia, that's very nice of you. And that's great. Ansilabani says, I don't get help every day basis, but occasionally when it's needed, like a couple days ago, I needed sugar to prepare tea as I was out of it and asked my neighbor. Unsil, that's a bit odd, but you're off topic there because have you helped? So not have you received help. So have you helped someone recently? Kabita, again, it's have you helped, okay? All right. Rashad says, yes, recently I've helped my friend with my studies related to biology and mathematics, in which I have helped him by solving some math problems which he didn't understand from our online class. Okay, good. So here I'll give you an answer as well. Indeed, I have had a bit of assistance just the other day to move a dresser from my car to my daughter's bedroom. It was really heavy, so I asked a passerby to lend me a hand, and a young gentleman helped me carry the furniture to the room. Okay. So, true story. Canadians are quite helpful. I was moving a dresser the other day. Here we go. Importantly, it's the present perfect that you have to reflect. So, have you... have you helped someone recently? How? And here I misread the question. I thought it was, has someone helped me recently? Okay. My bad. Here it is. Has someone helped you? So indeed, I have given. I have to change it here now that I reread it. My bad. And this is what you have to be careful about. Okay. Anybody can make mistakes, but if you catch it, make sure to correct it. Okay. So indeed, I have given a bit of assistance just the other day to move a dresser from a car to my neighbor's bedroom. There. So I have to correct it. I misread that question. It was really heavy, so he asked me to lend a hand. Notice how I'm changing it all. And I helped him carry. Now, if I can't think of an example, I can take the example from my own life and switch it and make it like it's somebody else's life. So that's a really good trick to come up with answers. And again, if you make a mistake and you realize after, and in this case, it's likely the examiner will repeat the question. So have you helped someone recently? If yes, how? And then you can say, oh, sorry, my bad. Yes, I have. Okay, and then you go with this. So making corrections is okay. And you can still get a band 9 if you make this kind of a mistake, as long as you correct it. Okay? The examiners know that people are nervous, and that is to be expected. If you make 1 or even 2 mistakes like this, you can still get a band 8, band 9, as long as you're clear and you correct. Okay? So here we go. Have you helped someone recently? If yes, how? So I misheard the question. Oh, sorry, my bad. I misheard the question. Yes, I have. Indeed, I have given a bit of assistance just the other day to move a dresser from a car to my neighbor's bedroom. It was really heavy, so he asked me to lend a hand, and I helped him carry the furniture to the room. Okay, there you go. And you can change it in real time. All right, so for those students who I was criticizing for answering the question wrong, my bad, okay? All right, so next question here. If you need assistance during work or school, who do you ask for help, okay? So this is a conditional. Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Make sure you use the condition in your answer. If you need assistance during work or school, who do you ask for help? Give me a nice full sentence answer. Okay. Lydia, very fast. I bet you prepared for this class, which is great. If I need a helping hand, I will consult my older sister, an interior designer in a medical center. She can deal with difficult situations with different people, especially in professional settings. Just yesterday, we spent the night together having a discussion about critical thinking for 3 hours. Wow. Okay. Adomia says, in my opinion, it's better to ask for someone who has an idea about what we are going to ask after investigation so as to get indispensable informations that can solve what we have faced and not be confused. Adomias, unfortunately, I'm really confused with that response. I don't know who you ask for help when you need help. Okay? All right. Icy Gaming says it would definitely be my best buddy as he is always my go-to person and without any hesitation he can assist me. Like yesterday he helped me to complete my math assignment as he is good at arithmetic. Very good, Icy. So your best friend. Yeah, nice. Dwi Puspita Asari, welcome to our group of members. Make sure to send me an email so I can hook you up with those videos and exams. Okay. All right. Yeah, so as I have mentioned in my work, I often ask my right hand man, Eldar, for assistance with software and in everyday life, I lean on my wife to give me much needed support. Yesterday, she helped me to do some bookkeeping as well as cooked a wonderful meal, as I did not have time to prepare any food. Okay. So, if you need assistance during work or school, who do you ask for help? Let's start that with a conditional. Whenever I need help, as I have mentioned in my work, I often ask my right-hand man, Eldar, for assistance with software, and in everyday life, I lean on my wife to give me much needed support. Yesterday, she helped me to do some bookkeeping as well as cooked a wonderful meal, as I did not have time to prepare any food. Okay, so lots of paraphrasing, help, assistance, right-hand man or right-hand woman. It's somebody that you often get help from or give assignments to divide and conquer, okay? And then much needed support. To lean on someone means they give you support. You lean on them, okay? All right, so again, that's what you want to do is reflect the grammar. When it's present perfect, have you ever? Yes, I have. If you could, if I had the chance, so reflect that grammar in your answers. Good job, everyone. That's it for today. And if you want to continue practicing your IELTS speaking, remember, you can do that on our websites at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. The general IELTS website, once you log in, looks like this, and you have your student partner speaking option right there. Academic IELTS looks like this. You can click that big red button to join the premium package there. Carolina, thank you so much for moderating this class. You are great help with that on today's topic. And thank you, members, for your support. That's awesome. I hope everybody has a lovely rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow at this time with IELTS listening practice and strategy with a listening test from our exams. And just before that, I will also host a reading class for our members. All right, everyone. And you can check out the schedule on the YouTube community board as well. Okay. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy. Stay strong. Believe in yourselves. Much love to you all. Bye for now.